And we are back. Okay, so I'm gonna say this all the time. Do my best effort to keep it short for you all. But a couple things that I just wanted to kind of address. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting me with some help along the journey of you learning and becoming like a G in the market. Yeah, just thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting the words that that I put into my videos and the knowledge that I do have. And I hope that it makes you extremely prosperous. Okay, so with that, if you do like the content that I am putting out, I would appreciate it so much if you liked videos and subscribed. That would be amazing. And maybe even hit the bell so that you can get videos as soon as they come out. So there is that. I am just going to jump right in. I have already kind of pre-done an analysis just in an effort to keep the video a little shorter than normal. So let's just jump in. So I did say, excuse me, beginning of the year that we'll be starting with the beginning of the week. We'll start on the weekly, move down from the daily. Now we'll be trading more than likely on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and executing on like the 15-minute, but I still want to get an overall bird's eye just to see exactly what's going on. And what I'm noticing is this week there is a bit more of a pattern. A lot of the quoted or the US dollar looks like it could be headed down, continuing down. We did have some fake outs, kind of like, on AUD we had one. We had a pretty big news week and whatnot last week, so we seen a lot of fake out happening last week. And if you are still super new to the market and you got in on that, you might have got tore up a little bit, got some skin taken off of you a little bit last week. But let's just jump into it. So as for right now, looking at the weekly on AU, this is giving me very much indecision right here. Even though it's giving me indecision, I still feel like this large rejection, we got rejection on both ends, so we'll just have to wait to see exactly what's going to happen next week. But until I can see a price close above this area here, I feel like price is going to be going in the same direction, down. It looks like it's headed up, but this could very well on a larger scale of like the monthly be a pullback. So keep that in mind. The larger the chart, the more accurate, honestly, it's gonna get. So as of right now, I won't be making anything or doing anything. Let's scroll down to the daily and kind of get in there a little bit more, see what's going on. So it's like right up in here from like the 12th to the 18th was a pretty decent amount of rejection from this area. So again, it kind of is giving consolidation a little bit, and until I can get like a close above here or above here, and same thing kind of with the bottom, until I can see some type of close. Ooh, shoot, let's see if I can smooth this up a little bit. Oh my god. All right, and then same thing for here. This to me is just a lot of consolidation until I can see something along these lines. I will be looking for something to kind of close below here. So let's just go in a little bit deeper, because we are going to be trading on the 4 hour and the 1 hour this year. I was gonna say this week. This is a year thing, so we're just gonna follow it out with this. So as of right now, yeah, price could come up to here, but it more than likely will come up to here. We'll drag this guy over, because more than likely we could see some more consolidation, and we could see a little bit of back and forth, or it may go up here for just a little while. But again, until I can see like a major break, like we see, there's a pretty decent pattern here, not too bad. Like there's a lower or a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But then we started, when we got up to around here, we kind of broke that, and then we started looking like we're hitting like a lower low, lower high, maybe a lower low, lower high, like a lower low. So we'll just have to see exactly what happens this week. I don't really want to mark it out just yet because I'm seeing a lot of consolidation. If you're going to be trading like smaller time frame and you're looking to just catch a couple pips, I would wait until it's at either support or resistance, and then make sure that it's going to hold at either support or resistance. And then let's say it gets up here by the end of the week, or maybe let's say it just comes back down here to retest. Go ahead and write it up. But when it gets to around this area, make sure that you at least take some type of profit out so that you're not losing altogether. We'll just have to see what happens, because I do see this is on the 1 hour, but the EMA is kind of screaming that it's going to continue to head up, which it may. On the 1 hour, let's see, right quick. 4 hours, same thing. And the daily is actually saying the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what the market does do this week. Switching over to EU, let's take a peek. Like I said in the very beginning, like we're seeing somewhat of a trend. So I think we're going to see a very similar type situation happening. As of right now, the only one that I have like my eyes on is UJ. But it's good to keep your eye out to see if there's some potential to make some, some decent money. So we'll just have to see. Same thing kind of with EU. Right now it looks like we are in an uptrend. However, I'm sure if we went to like the monthly, we'd still be technically in a downtrend. So yeah, this could very, very well and very easily be let's take this off, a pullback. Because as we're looking back in the past as to, especially right here, like where price had kind of rejected a lot, that is just kind of letting us know that price is there again, just in a different direction. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think this could just be a really strong, really deep pullback. The EMA is helping us with it being up above rather than below. When it's above, price is looking to continue down. If it's below, price is looking to continue up. Can't always use the EMA as like direction, but it is helpful sometimes. But it is probably the best if you just learn price action and trade with a naked chart. That is usually going to be your best bet. Keep up with the news. The news helps a little bit as well. Let's go down to the daily real quick and just try to get into the weeds and see if we can see a little something. So you see how we're seeing like a strong rejection. Like it wicked, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and then we're ending here. So we'll just have to see what happens when the week opens, and if we're gonna potentially get a close above, and then maybe we could continue up to here, and then I'll be looking to see exactly what's gonna happen once we hit one of these major bank levels here. In the meantime, kind of the same scenario. I'm just really hanging out and waiting to see what price is gonna actually do. See, like a very large amount of consolidation, and I struggle with trading with consolidation. Like I said, it is not possible. You can always trade consolidation, like right where price is at right now. You could easily go in for a short and collect these pips from here to here and see what that looks like for you. But for me personally, I think I'm just going to kind of wait it out and wait until the static is kind of gone, and then move from there to see what moves that I'm going to be making. So let's jump over to UJ. So UJ I am actually really interested in, and in seeing exactly what happens. I was in a position that actually took me out because the pullback was quite significant enough, but I noticed that the trend line held. So that's fine. It kicked me out, but I'm getting back in. So I feel like I'm looking at like price held a little bit here as it did in the past. Once I can see price get, even that, like I probably won't wait until price gets below here, but let's see. Let's go into the daily real quick and take a peek and see what's going on. Let's see. Okay. So a little bit deeper in, I'm still looking like there's a couple things, right? There's a couple things happening. So you got the EMA on the low and the high that is above, which is good, which means a continuation down. Let me get rid of this. I feel like it's just too much going on. I got my trend line, and it's now using my trend line as resistance, which is perfect. And this is giving pin bar a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger, but still giving very much pin bar energy. So I will just probably wait to see to it that price. This is a good one. I would, because I don't want to be trying to put my stop loss way the fuck up here. And I'm sure that there is nobody that's trying to put their stop loss way up here. That's a lot of loss. So essentially, we're still sitting on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. And I'll see what I'd be looking for in order to get in on this one. So price is actually not at too bad of a spot right now. Essentially, what I would like to do, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to show you. This will be my stop. I would leave a little bit of room. I know I said I didn't want it to be this big, but sometimes it's just kind of the name of the game. Price will be around there, something like that, which is actually really good. So we'd be looking at, oh, this shit is huge, sorry. Let me get out to the daily, maybe we can see. This is like an 8-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which is amazing. I mean, if you're going to have a slightly larger risk, then the reward should be like exactly what it is, 8 times over. So that's what I'm kind of looking at, but I am going to wait and see what happens and how we close tomorrow. And if we are able to get a close still below in this space, then I will go ahead and take this position by Monday. Like I said, I'm going to wait until Sunday to see what happens. And then by Monday, if we're closing around in this area, I'm going to definitely be taking a position on UJ. So moving over to GU. So GU is kind of followed up along with AU and EU. They're kind of doing the same thing, and I think that's just because the US dollar looks like it's going down a little bit. So, which would actually, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of contradict here. This would essentially be headed back in the other direction. So we'll just have to see. I need a couple more confirmations in order to be able to get into this. So back to GU. Same thing. GU is giving me very much on a weekly, looks like we're still headed in a downward direction. In an effort to find out if it was going to reverse, I'd have to see price get above here, like well above here, to make me feel like, okay, we might be looking at a possible reversal. Same kind of scenario. Let me go down to the daily. Let's get in there a little bit deeper. I'm still kind of, it's the same thing. Like, we're looking at some consolidation. Let's go to the 4. Perfect. So the 4-hour, I feel like kind of speaks to, I'm going to just use, oh shoot. Hold on a second. Kind of speaks to this consolidation that we're going through on like a lot of them. But let me tell you, when this motherfucker breaks out, it's gonna run. Because what's happening now is, what you should think about is that when price is making small candles in like a consolidated space, think of it like a spring. So like let's say you have a spring in your hand and you squeeze the spring so that when you let it go, it just takes off. That's kind of what happens in the market. When price exhausts itself and it gets to the place where it needs to rest, that's kind of what's happening. That spring effect is happening. You're getting a lot of smaller candles. You're getting a very consolidated amount of candles that are smaller, and in an area, price is just going back and forth rather than moving up and down. It's more so moving in a straight line. So when that happens, just know that when price takes off, make sure you keep your eyes on the market, because it will take off. I'm not saying it'll do it tomorrow. I'm not saying that it'll do it on Monday. But when price does finally decide that it's ready to move again, it's going to move. So there's going to be some pips worth picking up. So that is pretty much it for GU. Exactly. So like sideways movement. We're just waiting to see when this sideways movement is going to happen. It's best, or I use a box that helps me to keep an eye on exactly where price is, and then where price is headed once it gets moving and out of that consolidation space and out of that like consolidation, I guess, in general. Let's check out US30. Let me take that off there. Okay. So US30 looks a little bit different. Let's jump to the weekly real quick. Oh shit, hold on one second. That looks crazy. Right now on the weekly, it's giving a little bit of consolidation, which is fine. You can still make moves in consolidation space, especially on like a larger time frame if you just scroll down. So let's just go to the daily. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So price is in an area now. Go to the 4 hours real quick to see what's going on. Where we would want to see, we need some type of signal to see exactly what it's going to do. I would love to see it head back down because the EMA, we would basically be using the EMA as resistance. And as long as we don't see it get like above, like in this region, then we'll still be heading in the downward direction. But then we'll also have to watch out and see. Let me pull this over here. We'll still have to watch out and see exactly what price does when it gets to this space as well, because that's where price kind of previously stopped at, and that was what, I'll just use this very last one, which was December 22 of 22. So just if you're going to be trading US30, use a smaller time frame. I cannot reiterate that enough. Use a smaller time frame. Get your ass in, get it out. You don't want to lose too much money because US30 is very volatile. So yeah, we'll be looking to see a close above here, and then again I would have to see price close just above here in order to feel like it's changing direction. Otherwise, we could potentially just be looking at it headed in a bearish direction. So that is it for today. I hope that this was helpful. If you have, as always, anything that you want to go over, anything that you want me to review, place it in the comments. Get after it.